This is fine.
Nice because you're not gonna break it.
Yeah.
I've broken every bong I've ever owned.
Yeah.
I have too.
It's never lost or like
No.
dirty, too dirty to have. It's broken.
I-
It's everywhere.
I'm coughing too hard to set it down on the table, and I drop it.
Can I grab these Tequilas?
Get some Tecates.
Two for good measure. You guys want one?
Nah, I'm.
You know what? I do want one.
You want this? Or you want another beer?
I'll take a Tecate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it, you know. I'm a big Mexican lager guy.
I like the Mexican lager.
I assumed it because I don't think I've ever seen you drink anything other than, like, ever. Like,
Really?
We've known each other for a few years.
I'll drink a domestic lager. I'll do a light. I like light beer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like IPAs because they put me to sleep.
Really?
I can come around on an American pale ale.
American Pale Ale is pretty good. Like the old Samuel Adams Pale Ale. That was a good one.
Those are good. I don't prefer that.
No.
But I've drank that.
What about, like, you ever drank those, like a Shiner Bock?
Yeah, those are all right.
Those are pretty good.
That's kind of where I like. That's near my. I don't like the too heavy stuff because I want to. I just know myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get sloppy.
You know how. So you know where, like, okay, this is too filling, and like too much booze in this.
Yeah, I definitely don't want too filling.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't want to be. I want to be able to hold a conversation at some point in the night.
Yeah.
I'll get to that point of drunk where you can't move your lips that much. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, that's why I quit drinking, because I was just getting there too quick, too often.
yeah.
You know, and it was just like, I'm fucking up right now.
And I think some of that, either you got to, because you have to control the, you just got to know yourself.
Yeah.
That's all it really is in drinking sometimes. Some people can handle a bunch more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the biggest frame, obviously, like fucking barely 5'9", but my brother's, my brother's like
Yeah.
6, I think he's like 6'2".
He's the older too. Normally
He's
that doesn't
older.
happen in families. Like the
Really?
old wives' tale is the oldest is going to be smaller than
yeah.
the
I don't
younger
know.
brother. My younger brother is like 6'1".
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and either way, he can drink.
Yeah.
So when I was 21, he was 23, and I remember trying to just keep up with him.
Yeah, right.
And my other buddy, Johnny White, who was even older than him, Juanito Blanquito El Grangosimo. And he was... So I was like hanging with them, and like I was like, yeah, I can do this, like crushing those 32s from Zips.
Yeah, nah.
Any beer that you have to drink with a handle, you shouldn't have more than 3.
Yeah.
And then ripping Jager between.
Jaeger.
I learned
was,
early.
Yeah, Jaeger is an early. I feel like that's like you're 22 to 23 years old, and you're just trying to fucking be one of the guys, and that's why
Yeah.
Jaeger's introduced.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a period? Do you ever have any run-ins with the Schlager?
Yeah.
Oh,
quick.
Jesus.
That was a quick winter.
Yeah.
I think I did the Schlager, and I did what's the other one that's popular?
Rumpelmans.
Rumpelmans. I
Jesus
think I did
Christ.
more. I actually did more Rumpelmans. I probably did Goldschlager.
We used to crush that shit out in ice houses because it was.
You don't
like,
say.
Oh no, I mean like, well, that's the type of liquor where it makes you warm, right? Like
Sure.
you drink it and you feel
Enough,
like
a lot of
warm-
liquor
you-
will give you. I
Yeah,
call it a
like a
whiskey,
whiskey.
jacket for a reason.
Yeah. But so that was just one of the popular. We'd fucking polish off bottles of Goldschlager like it was a sport.
Jesus Christ.
The next day, I'll never forget when I stopped drinking. It was Rumpelman specifically, but I think those go hand in hand. I'm never going to
Yeah.
drink either of them.
Mm-hmm.
Was a party that we just rolled up with a bottle of Rumpelmans, and then everybody else had their shit. So it was me and my girl at that time, and I don't think we realized it was just us on this bottle.
It's like 100 proof.
And the next day was when you quit, though, right?
Yeah.
It's Rumpelmans for me. Bacardi O.
Bacardi O.
Bacardi rum in general, I think
Bacardi
is
is pretty terrible.
I agree. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody that
I've never
I've
met
ever
a good
trusted. It's like
person.
I prefer Bacardi superior.
Never met a
Yeah.
good person.
And then what's the other one? Tequila in general.
Yeah, tequila in general, can't touch it.
Yeah.
You got any things you can't
I
just
can't-
can't fucking handle anymore?
I can't, like, if I try to take a shot of Jaeger now, like, my throat will immediately close up and be
Really?
like, no, motherfucker, you're
Yeah.
not doing this.
Self-defense system.
Yeah,
That's
'cause-
actually evolution. That's
Yeah. Between that, like, I can I can barely shoot tequila anymore because I've had too many nights of shooting tequila where, like, one of the first times I got really fucking drunk, I was like 14 and we went to this high school party. I got super fucked up this night and it was the first night I ever had tequila.
Okay.
And I drank, I didn't really know the fuck I was doing. I drank like 4 beers and took like 6 shots of tequila in like an hour. Like just fucking
Isn't that so dumb about your teenagers? You're like,
yeah.
That's like the dumbest thing.
Like
in any age,
every dude that I care to talk to has a story like that where they're like, yeah, I gave myself alcohol poisoning in 45 minutes.
Dude, the game used to be the gauntlet. We used to put a gauntlet in front of it. It was 4 shots, and for some reason you'd have to rip it. I think in 10 minutes you had to rip 4 shots of 151. Also,
Jesus
Christ. That's what we did. But your tequila thing, you just did that, and then you just can't handle it. Since then?
But every time I do it, like, I fucking black out. Shooting tequila makes me black out.
Yeah.
Nothing else will. Like, everything else will make me puke. You know what I mean?
I cried at a bar in Old Town San Diego last time I drank tequila.
There we go. There we go. Was it a good cry? Was it
a real
therapeutic?
cry.
A real
It was a
cry.
real cry, yeah.
Good. I mean, sometimes you got to have a real drunk cry.
Real man cry, yeah.
Yep. You just fucking sob.
Tough look.
Tough look.
And then I think I peed on my then girlfriend's shoes and puked in the hotel.
Shit.
Last time I drank
So I
Jager.
haven't really kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
The last time I drank Jager, I puked in the cup holder of my brand new Jeep Wrangler. Fuck it.
Tough.
I mean, if you're gonna puke Jaeger into your cup holder, that's the vehicle you're gonna do it in. It's a brand new Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
I think the funniest Jaeger experience I ever had was I was with a group of friends. There was probably like 5 of us, and we were just playing ping pong at a buddy's house. He had a ping pong table, and we were like, "Where's the booze?" And he didn't have anything but a giant bottle of Jaeger in his freezer.
Ooh.
And so we just passed this bottle of Jaeger around until it was gone between 5 of us, and everyone started getting really hot and really fucking angry and really aggressive. And like by the end of it, everybody was just fucking yelling at each other. And then the next day,
battle royale.
the next day we were like, maybe you just don't drink Jaeger by itself.
No,
Maybe that's
or-
what the beers is for.
But especially with 5 other men.
Yeah.
Too. We do. The only time I drink Jaeger consistently is every year for this fantasy football league. It's been going like straight up. Has to be 12 years, maybe.
Jesus.
11, 12 years. Pretty
Wow.
impressive, right?
Yeah.
That's very
Since like
impressive.
the early years, the first couple years that I actually moved out here. And for some reason, years ago was the dude that brought the bottle of Jaeger to the thing.
yeah.
And there's some other guy that brings the Red Bulls and shit. And there's another guy that does this. And there's another guy that cooks. So I'm that dude. So every year, I bring an adult size, that big one. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
The Costco
The
Jaeger.
one where people are like, "Are you okay?" when you're walking out. Is everything good?
You all right?
Yeah.
You all right?
Is this a cry for help?
Do we need to talk?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I mean, or you could have just like a side hustle where you you're peddling Jaeger shots at college parties or
Walking
something.
alone to a cash register with that, because I didn't have to bring anything else. I should have at least got chips. Chips with it would have been like, all right, he's okay.
Maybe some
He's going to a
crackers.
This
party.
dude is solo with one item. I'm in the express lane with the biggest thing of Jägermeister.
By the way, for those of you that don't know, this is Meat Sweats, and this is Michael James Turner.
Yeah. How we living?
This
guys?
is fucking beautiful.
Just cruising.
I saw your thing today. You got to go test out the new CanAm Rider.
That was pretty cool.
I love that because I got to but I got to ride the prototype of the Spider when it first came out in like 2007.
Okay. What is the difference? I don't even know.
So the Rider is just a stripped down Spider. Like it doesn't like the Spider has
Riker.
all the Riker.
Yeah.
It's
Shout
just
out to CanAm,
yeah.
Riker.
dude, they were dope to work
didn't
for.
pay
I
me
worked for
anything.
CanAm for a minute, and
Really?
they were real dope to work for. I'm actually interested. Do you know who ran that event? Like the
It was I talked to the dude. It was a marketing firm I know attached to doing it because it was just like one of those things they're just trying to get the vehicle in front of people.
Yeah.
So anybody could have gone. You guys could have
Yep.
gone and signed up and gotten a test drive, which is cool. They
Yeah,
let
they-
me do like some reckless shit. Though. I
they
was,
do
like,
all
by
that
myself.
product. So the company that I worked for on the race team
Uh-huh.
had another side business where they would do the product testing tours.
Oh, okay.
So that's why
it wasn't anybody that lived here though. The
No.
dude was from
they're from
Milwaukee.
Minnesota.
It might have been Minnesota.
Like
I think he was a Brewers fan though. Either way, same
Either
type
way,
of deal.
yeah.
If it wasn't them, yeah.
Yeah, it
that's
might
what
have been
was.
them. It was Warnert. Shout out to Warnert Racing.
There you go.
If they're still doing shit, like they were good people. They didn't pay me
recording.
much, but they were dope people.
I don't even know.
It was fun shit.
So yeah, it was cool, and then I got to just go around the Bondurant.
Yep.
And
Bondurant's a fun fucking track too.
Yeah, it was cool.
Like, did you meet you ever met the old man that works out there? Like the old man that owns it?
No, but that sounds
Bob
really neat.
Bondurant?
It sounds like there's got to be a story attached.
Oh,
to that. Bobby Bondurant.
Bob Bondurant is like a fucking legend.
I like it.
He's if you ever get a chance, just go do they do like driving schools out there. I don't know if he still does it.
You
but he
can
was,
drive some fucking dope ass cars.
really
out there,
can
too.
Really?
Like you can go
Yeah.
rent a brand new Corvette Stingray. You could go.
They
I don't-
usually have a 911.
Yep.
So you just drive out there. You can. It's
You
there
go
already.
out there and you
Okay.
pay a certain amount of money to take a couple laps around the track in these fucking dope ass cars.
Well, I don't know if you saw the video before this CanAm one, but it was
Yeah.
at the Apex Auto Club.
Yeah.
And that was cool. That's a thing that's like that, but you bring your own car.
Okay.
Or you keep your car out there.
yeah, okay.
So like you
Yeah, you can
own
do
a
a track
Porsche
day.
and you keep it in that garage.
And do they race those ones, or they just fucking drive them around?
So they're saying that they're going to race them, but I'm sitting here like thinking about insurance and
Yeah.
like I just don't see them.
You
I don't
can
know
get
if
you can get insurance to race your car.
I had a buddy.
Really?
I had an old
yeah.
an old
Seems
friend
like they
who
are.
had a Corvette, and he would go and race it on like those tracks.
It's really
Like,
cool.
He would take it down, and he had to wear like a helmet, and he had to have like special shit put in his car to
Yeah.
make sure it was legal and shit. But
I mean, I took my Hyundai Sonata out there, and that thing was humming.
Did you go whip it?
Yeah, I got a course record.
That's great.
for
Yeah.
Hyundais, or
Yeah, no other Hyundai has ever been on the course.
Oh,
but
yeah.
first and last.
number one.
Where's that track at?
That is in Maricopa.
Maricopa.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of really cool like auto sport out here. Like
Yeah, that's why I remember being out there and I was like, this is such a perfect part of the country for this, like that would love this type of shit.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see.
well, there's a lot of proving grounds around the valley.
Sure.
For different various like
Yeah.
large manufacturers. Like Harley Davidson has a proving ground out here. I know GM has a proving ground out because it's like if you have to test your shit for every fucking condition.
Yeah.
So like there's proving grounds up in Canada, there's proving grounds down in fucking here because it's awful.
Michigan and shit.
Yeah. So like I used to know a dude who worked for the proving grounds. He just ride around a track all day on Harleys, like try and fuck them up.
That's a it's a challenge.
It's a cool
I
job.
bet you can't fuck this motorcycle up.
Like, oh, I bet I can.
But I can, yeah. And then it's like
a perfect
getting
job
paid
for
to do
a
that.
redneck.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew
I
it.
was trying to tip that Can-Am over.
You can't.
You can't do it.
can't Really? do
So actually, the donuts were kind of weird because I was like trying to trust the machine too.
Yeah. When they
Somebody
were-
said my donuts were more like croissants, and that hurt. But it was also.
I mean, as
pretty accurate.
you don't want to be associated with the French at all.
I
Like,
agree.
Like that's just
Why? What's
it's
wrong
a
with
bad
French?
I think they've
French
come
suck.
around
Yeah.
French suck.
in general. Have you been there?
No, they're
I'm
just,
going there later this year.
just not,
Are you?
not a fan.
Where are you going?
Paris, and then but I think we'll do some
Yeah.
surrounding area stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real French, or I'm not a fan. The Canadian French fan.
You're
Really?
Well, you like
Big fan.
French Canadians more than you like French. French
Yep.
Canadians are the fucking worst.
I know, that's
Based
why.
on what I've seen on South Park, they're pretty annoying.
They are pretty annoying, but we'll
Yeah, that's
say
all I
this,
was referencing.
I know.
that,
Yeah,
too.
I have actually don't
They
think I've ever
are
met one.
very, very. Their women are the most beautiful women in all the world.
In French Canada.
Yep.
I don't think
How
you've
well
been.
traveled are you?
Yeah, no
I'd like to question your
I've been all
travel.
over. I've been all over Canada, and I've been to
Have you ever-
39 states.
shit. Have you ever looked around here at the women? And like,
They look better.
you're an idiot.
Not
It's you say a lot of dumb shit, but
Not-
this is the
I'm
dumbest
telling
thing
Miami?
you've
Have you
ever
been to
said.
Miami Beach?
been to Miami. Yes. Been to Daytona Beach. We were down there for a CanAm event. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, we were down there for a race.
It all comes back to Can-Am.
It's all
Really,
about
this is a
Can-Am.
long
This is a giant Can-Am
commercial.
plug right
Go
here.
check out my Instagram.
Guys, give me my job back,
Yeah,
please.
exactly.
Please give Bill his job back.
I'm fucking dying out here.
That was a good job.
It was a lot of fun. Like, it was like I want to do comedy and do the road specifically, like because I did like when I first graduated college, that was my first job, was traveling all over the country,
Yeah.
racing ATVs and snowmobiles.
Yeah.
And I miss the traveling. I really loved it. Like just going to new places, fucking having weird things happen, like being bored in a new city and trying to find something to do. Like that's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
You know.
I love traveling. I like getting out there. I'm going on this week. I'll be going to L.A. and then I'm going to go to San Diego and then up to San Francisco, and then continue and drive up the one.
It's
I've never done it.
It's a beautiful drive.
There's Pacific Coast Highway, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so,
It
yeah.
is. There's been a lot of books written about that. Like,
Yeah, I'll write mine.
I mean, yeah.
I've been
can't
pushing
wait.
it off, but I've been looking for motivation. It's actually a big reason why I'm doing it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Of course not.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Come on. It's going to be called
guys, I'm
the
gullible
One.
and you fucking know it. I'm a very gullible person.
I could write a book.
I'm sure you
not
could
write a book.
actually.
I don't think I could. I don't think I have the discipline to sit there night after night.
I would have to speak a book.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? I would have to fucking, I would have
Dictate
to
it?
speak it into my fucking phone and then just translate it out and be like, there you go, that's my book.
That's
Just
the
like,
whole book.
I can't fucking sit down and write that long.
Yeah. You type like you write. Or write like you speak.
Yeah, that's rough though.
Yeah.
If I write like I speak, you read it and you're like, this guy's got an intelligence of like 100.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what we think when
yeah.
you speak.
yeah. You know.
I mean, we don't just have to see it on paper.
This guy's,
Never
this guy's
rewatched one of these
This guy's
videos,
a 92. I've rewatched a couple of. This
What
guy's
is the
below
IQ
average.
scale? What is a good number?
I don't know.
100
no
is
idea,
supposed
right?
to be average, right?
I don't know.
200 is a max.
Is that real?
Yep.
Okay.
There's nothing over a 200. It's like top IQ.
I'd like to challenge that. I think I can break that.
Think you can be a 201 guy?
Yeah, I can.
201 kind of guy.
202. I
202?
spend most of my days on the
202, son.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what that actual scale is. I think like something over like 142, 150 is like genius
I think
level,
it's
Like
one
Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like like a Tesla is like a 160. Like but a genius is like 140.
I think you're just making all that shit.
I don't know. We could look it up. We have the power of Google, but this is a podcast. You gotta keep shit going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just make it up.
You know?
Yeah.
I think a fair number to say like genius starts at like 140
Alternative facts, guys. That's what
I
we're
think
doing.
I
here.
hover around genius on certain days of the week.
on certain days of the week.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're pretty fucking fast on your show. This Week Sucks Tonight. That's you're
do-
pretty goddamn quick, and
that's the
you're
wit.
normally half sheeted, so it's even more impressive.
Only fueled by Tequila.
How long you guys? It's 2 years now.
2 something. Yeah.
something?
2 was March.
Okay.
Was 2 the move into stand up live?
Yes.
Okay, so
March
2 was the
7th.
move into stand up live, and now you're traveling with the show. Mm-hmm. And I saw you guys do it on the San Diego Comedy Festival,
Yes.
and
I thought it travels well.
it does
I think
travel really
yeah.
well. You guys did a fantastic job. Like,
Yeah.
it was a fun show, and it keeps it fresh. You guys have an online audience, so it's not like you're leaving your fans here in Phoenix in the lurch. Like, they can still follow the show
Sure.
electronically, and that's fucking smart.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. It's been. I think it's a show. The best thing that I hear from people when they talk about it is that it's something that it's unlike something they've seen before,
Right.
Which is what you want, right? And
Yeah.
it's good on top of that, right? Because it's something to be said like, oh, I haven't seen anything like this. Well, is it good though? No, it's horrible.
No,
I haven't seen anything like it.
I haven't
though.
seen anything like it. There's probably a reason.
So mainly positive reviews. People typically like it, and also on top of that, it's unique, which is what you want. It's hard. The comedy landscape is hard. I think we're all doing a lot of the same things,
Right.
and the show itself isn't. I would never say like it doesn't have a multitude of influences that we've just stolen ideas from.
Absolutely.
We've just made it. I think we've put it through our personal filter and made it our own in that way. But we're doing, a lot of the shit that you've seen on late night TV. We're just doing it cheaper.
Yep.
We're making fun of the fact that it's probably done cheaper.
Yeah.
And then also we're very within our our comedic minds. Like you can tell it's jokes that are coming from us.
Yeah. I honestly, it's like a crazy amount of writing every week that I'm like, how the fuck do these guys go and write that show every week and then do other shit? Like, because I mean, you're working right now as like, you're working as a headliner right now, and like you're putting a lot of shit together, and you're constantly fucking writing, and now you're working for the TV thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of that moving forward, I think the focus is going to shift. I don't know how much TV stuff I'm going to continue to do. I'd like to, but some of that's dictated by NBC. So it's like, I don't think they actually really want me even doing that much shit anymore. I think I got away with doing a bunch of shit. Shout out to CanAm. And
that's why we're
Apex
trying to
Motor
plug
Club.
it. We need Michael Turner.
It's fun
You
stuff.
need Michael
I
Turner
really
to market
enjoyed
for
the
you.
TV stuff. It's put a different spin on my writing style too, approach.
I
and
feel
stuff
like
like
you're
that.
good at it. Like you're lovable when you're on there. Like
Yeah, it's natural.
you look like someone like a little old lady be like, oh, he's a nice boy.
People, I'm approachable. Nobody so I can talk to anybody, which is nice because nobody's ever gonna be like, fuck this dude.
Yeah.
And I don't look like a monster. And then I'm quick-witted enough where
that mustache goatee.
it's monsters. It's monsters. People talk about it. But like, also on top of that, I'm quick-witted enough where I'll make a joke that they don't even know that I'm making fun of them.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it to their face.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my favorite. Those are my
Those
favorite
are
jokes.
those are the beautiful moments.
Those are the
Like,
best ones.
Did you ever see one of the most brilliant like people at doing that is what the fuck's his name?
Fuck, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
You brought this
you're
up.
in the Laskowski brain now.
yeah, right.
Well,
Hold on,
the
let
man
me
on the
retrieve
street
this file.
stuff, I mean, Jay Leno, jaywalking was always great.
Jaywalking was great.
Jaywalking was great, and there's plenty
Sacha
of stuff.
Baron Cohen. Sacha Baron Cohen had an interview with Joe Arpaio. Did you ever see that?
Probably.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
He's basically sitting there asking Joe Arpaio if he jerks his friends off.
Yeah, if you do a joke in a very subdued way, you can make fun of the person you're talking to, and they won't know that you're making fun of them. That's a very...
It's
I
the
love
highest
that.
one of the highest levels of comedy.
So I've always tried to operate there. That's where I kind of love to operate, is that underneath.
Yeah.
If you know humor, you know what's happening, and if you followed the context of everything, you can see it. But there's also, it's tricky. You got to know what you're looking for. That joke underneath everything is my favorite thing. Like, I don't mind when I tell a joke and like half the audience, or even more than that, like fucking 80% of the audience is like, what the fuck does that mean? But 20% of the audience is like, dude, that is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he made that connection. I've always thought that, or something like that.
It's the Patrice Rule, right? Like you're gonna make your own. You're gonna make the fans that you want to make, right? Like the people that are gonna follow you are gonna be.
And you're unapologetic about it too.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people try to do shit like that, and then they apologize immediately to the people that didn't get it, or they clarify their comment or something like that. I don't like doing that at all. I'm saying what the fuck I want to say.
Yeah.
If you caught it, you caught it. If you didn't catch it, I hope you look it up later and you think of me.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be even crazier, because then they're going to be like, oh, fuck. Then they just added an action to their life based on something I said earlier to them, and they've never met me.
That's even
And
a
I just
deeper.
threw an
That's
idea
even
out
a
there.
deeper hit.
And later that night, they did something different based on, they based their actions differently because of that. So that's a higher impact.
I've listened to music because of shit that you've talked to me. Like I've opened up my mind to music because of Michael Turner.
I think I
Because I got shit talked to for not knowing the lyrics to Kendrick Lamar.
Ooh, Kendrick is great.
Oh, Kendrick's so good.
Yeah,
I know. There's so much. I love hip hop.
I'm in with it now. I got. Hey,
Dude, what do you like?
He's got it. He's got it right
I
here.
really listen to
He's on the
everything.
table.
You listen to everything?
Yeah, I grew up.
See, that's a bad answer. You know
No,
that.
seriously,
and
I
know
grew up listening to like super deep punk, super deep country, super deep metal. Like I had all these different influences.
You do listen to everything. That's
super deep rap, super deep R&B. Like
so
fucking-
super deep. You're talking like. No, you're not listening to anything that maybe could be heard on the radio. You're talking about like deep
further
cuts.
shit. Yeah, further shit. Like artists who should be being played on the radio, but they're not because of whatever the fuck.
You're almost underground in every genre.
And I had like the problem is I
That's
had
cool like that, you know.
no, I just had
Real underground.
But there is a lot of shit though.
Like
That's
with-
the best time to catch somebody. I think.
with like my fucking upbringing. like I had to go someplace, and the first place I went was music.
Yeah.
And then into comedy shortly thereafter, and then back and forth between the two. But I had my brother-in-law, who's basically like an older brother to me. He was like 10 years old, and like he like had access to all this music.
Why do you feel
and
like
he
that
got
is?
deep into it, huh?
Why do you feel like it's like you said like it's the best time to find shit when it's underground? Like why do you think that is?
Because I don't think sometimes it's not as underground as it is the individuals that are catching it hear the talent before the masses hear it, which is really just somebody that's kind of savvy about the genre that they're listening to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you're really listening to somebody at their rawest at that point.
Yeah.
They're only underground and popular. They're popular enough for you to like them. So
Absolutely.
they're underground, but they're also known underground.
Right.
Typically is what I like. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's what,
yeah.
And then so a lot of people like them, but you like them because there's this rawness, but you also you're like, this is a great band.
Oh, absolutely.
And then it's like the type of I love listening to somebody and you're like, these guys are good, right? Like,
Yeah.
This is good. Like that realization, like
a lot of the stuff that I've listened to, and just like something will happen, and after like 3 or 4 albums, and it's like, oh, it's different now. You guys changed. You bought into something. You changed something. And the funny thing is, I feel the same thing with like a lot of comedians and stand-up specials. Like they have their first couple ones, except for the fucking greats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of people who are like very
even
promising.
the greats though.
Yeah, that's true.
You hear people talk about Kinnison, and they're just like, yeah, that Louder Than Hell special was like his one trick. Like he started doing way too much fucking coke after that, and he stopped writing.
Right.
Like, and he just phoned it the fuck in after that.
Well, he might be even different because people that have lived are the ones I think that even you're talking
That's
about.
what
The
I'm
ones
saying.
that like get later into their career because people will criticize music and comedy. Like I think it's in music. I would say it's typically the overproduction. Is typically what happens. They start collaborating maybe with too many people. Whereas initially, not only were you hungry, so now you're not as hungry, which is inherent when you find success. It's like whatever.
Right.
But it's like the Black Keys are a great example to me of a band that everybody consensusly is like, I fucking love their early shit.
Yeah.
And then as they have gotten. It's just gotten less raw.
Yeah,
Their biggest skill set was
sucked.
how raw their early shit was.
Absolutely.
And even up until Brothers, I think they were fine. But Brothers sometimes is where people got off, or then it was, El Camino after that.
I think so.
But that's a little overproduction.
Yeah.
They cleaned it up. Kanye's gone through that. But Bill Burr never went through that.
Nah.
Yeah. I can't think of anything. That's what I'm saying. There's a few.
Chris
who
Rock
are
might
just
have gone
really-
through that.
Yeah.
But
Chappelle walked away rather than went through that.
yeah.
You know, he just said fuck it, and he got out for a minute.
Yeah.
He
So
was
that's
mostly
respectable.
doing TV and shit at that time, though.
True.
I mean, and that's kind of what he was walking away from, is that whole.
I mean, he didn't
Neighbor that he
perform
had
after
there.
the Hartford thing for a while too, though.
I don't even remember what that is. I'm out of my element, Donnie.
You remember
Yeah.
Fuck Hartford?
I don't remember
Remember
that.
Fuck Hartford? He had an incident where, like, he just
He said, fuck Hartford.
He just
Fuck-
like,
he was in Hartford.
If you can believe it.
and he said,
fuck Hartford.
"Fuck Hartford," and then he just was gone for.
he made a shirt.
Okay.
He made a lot of money on that
Did he
shirt.
make a shirt?
He made
Yeah.
a shirt.
Is that pretty much the story?
Pretty much.
Yeah. He said, fuck Hartford. Oh, man.
That's about it. I like short stories like that. Just, easy.
Simple.
Like I nailed it.
And there's not much in or out of it.
Yeah,
I wish I,
think-
could remember the context.
I think there's something, like you're saying in music, is the overproduction. I think sometimes comedy gets overproduced, where people have too many hands on it. And what you were saying before with what your style is, being unapologetic, I think that's the number one thing is just be who you are.
Yeah.
Unapologetically.
Yes.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Because if you apologize, then you're obviously not being who you are because
Absolutely.
you're now analyzing what you just did, which you were doing as yourself. So it's like a whole thing.
And you fucking confuse everybody. Like,
And
if you're
you
doing it in
confuse
a fucking
everybody.
crowd, they're like,
Yes.
okay, what the fuck am I supposed to believe you
Yeah.
about then?
It's crazy.
I heard a guy
it's
la-
hard. It's hard to do though.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well, 'cause it's
I am
fucking-
conscious of doing that because I think that is the biggest thing is seeking yourself and like trying to dive into yourself. Because one thing I'll say, we're talking about the trajectory of artists,
Yeah.
and sometimes they get overproduced and stuff like that. I would say that the most consistent thing with artists that have had a positive trajectory over their career and potentially peaked even later in their career,
Right.
is you have artists that have continued to dive into themselves, and every album is more of a self-exploratory thing than the one before that, and they're figuring out layers of themselves. And the deeper you dive into yourself, the more your shit just gets better and better. I think shit like fucking Elton John, you could argue somebody like that is always was looking into his shit. Even I think Jay-Z and Kanye are big like that too. Kendrick Lamar.
Definitely Kendrick.
like that.
I'm obviously more of a hip hop head, but like those type of people, like every album is like Pimp a Butterfly might not have been as good as Good Kid, Mad City to people, but that was him fucking hitting a layer within himself. It was like
seriously
amazing.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do, and you do it in comedy. And Patrice was finally figured out who he was before he passed away.
Right before he died.
And then you can only imagine what the rest of his career would have been. Richard Pryor was constantly figuring out himself. George Carlin is one of my favorites.
Geraldo.
Geraldo and George Carlin were more like just great joke writers.
Yeah.
But the more they aged, Carlin, obviously, we got to see his whole life. He just dove into these different layers of his own ideas in a unique way. That's he's best to me.
Watching those stand-up, I remember watching all those specials as they came out on HBO as I was like, a fucking young teenager, I guess. And
how old are you?
I'm 36.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you saw them all.
Yeah.
Or no, well, not all of them, but
I mean,
a good chunk.
A good chunk
HBO
of them.
ones. The HBO ones, yeah.
And then I remember that one fucking joke where it was, put the 4 states together and you put the fucking rapist here and there and you.
That's one of my
favorite. God damn!
I do a
so
joke.
Fucking good.
I do a joke about the idea of public executions coming back, and then who that's directly.
I really like that joke.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that joke. That bit is a direct influence of that
Absolutely.
line of thinking, at least.
Yeah.
Because I love that joke, and I like my joke too because I try to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Like it's like by the end of it, you're like, oh, it kind of makes sense.
we can-
Like that,
yeah,
I
we
can
can bring
see
it
that
back.
line
We
of
can bring this
thinking.
back.
fucking soul.
Yeah, and his shit makes sense. It's like, kill all those people.
Absolutely.
Or let them kill each other.
And we're advertising it. We're
put it on
fucking putting
pay-per-view.
on pay-per-view. Like Budweiser sponsoring this
Capitalism,
section.
baby.
It's fucking it's everything. He's just taking all the shitty things that the country stands for and puts it all together in such a way, and it's just like it's
beautiful.
It fucking makes perfect.
Well,
sense.
it's poignant. It's like poignant humor. Like it has a point, and it's like, and it's really just a real shot at like Americana or at whatever like slice of life that you want to hit.
It's putting a mirror in your face.
Yeah,
and you're not ready for that
fucking
mirror.
favorite kind of comedy.
Yeah,
and that's honestly that's why I really like your stand up, because
I appreciate
a
that.
lot of your stand up is like that. Like you got the what the fuck is the God bit?
Oh, just
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, how
Yeah.
I think that the people that wrote the Bible are actually just people that overheard other people
Jesus'
telling
blood
stories.
cuts?
But they didn't understand exaggeration was a thing. That's a fun one to play with. 'Cause
I
it's like,
fucking love that. It's such a funny
and
joke.
it's really that's also a funny. I like doing that because it actually just making the fact that the people that were hanging with Jesus talk like a high schooler from 2018 is not lost on me too.
that would be
It's very funny to
very
play off
funny.
that.
It's
So,
very funny,
but
and it works well.
yeah, that shit is fun. But yeah, I like doing that. That's all that is influenced. I think I liked Carlin because maybe I thought those things, or maybe I listened to Carlin and then I started thinking those things. I don't know, but I know that I was raised Irish Catholic. Well, not Irish Catholic. My mother is Irish Catholic, but I was raised Catholic. And then that really attracted me maybe to his style and his line of thinking. And then I don't know if those thoughts were definitely influenced by them for sure, but I definitely think the same way and I question the same things because of that. You never know which came first, but he's a huge influence on all my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love questioning things that people just
yeah.
don't question, but is involved in your daily actions.
Yeah, you really should.
You don't
be
sit back
questioning.
and question it. You just like you wake up, your parents tell you that this is the church that we're going to.
Yeah.
20 years go by, and it dictates your every thought.
So did you were like confirmed Catholic and everything, like the whole 9 yards? What age did they confirm you in the church?
I think it's 13 or 14.
Was it 13 or
something
14?
Like that. Yeah.
I remember when
8th-ish grade, 7th grade.
when my brother was coming up, they moved it, and like they
really?
moved it down, and have no idea why, but they moved it to like 10 years old, and that's when
really?
they were confirming.
Confirmation?
Yeah,
I did
was
something.
real fucking weird.
I did something at 7 or 8 years old.
that
I
was
forget what it
communion,
was.
first Holy Communion.
Communion, yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, but I had a Did you have a confirmation party? Like people give you money?
I forget.
No,
I don't know.
we were deep Catholic.
I probably got a
like-
little bit of money from like some close family.
Yeah,
But we didn't have a lot of family in Cincinnati, so most of my family, my mother's from Long Island, so in Cincy it was just us.
Yeah.
As far as,
the Turner clan.
aunts and uncles
Yeah.
and cousins, it was just us, yeah. So they didn't really come through, but it was, I mean, shit, I did all the shit, yeah.
Did you have to pick like a
Confirmation
godparent?
name? Or a godparent, no.
You had to pick a confirmation name?
Yeah, so I went with John.
John.
My brother, yeah.
All right. I mean, that works. We had to pick a godparent. We had to pick like a
Hold on a
confirmation
second.
godparent.
What the fuck is a confirmation name?
It's just like a biblical name that you throw into your name.
Okay.
First of all, it doesn't make any sense either when you really think about it.
Yeah.
I've done nothing with that name
yeah.
since then, but
I mean, you already have a biblical middle name. It's James.
yeah, Michael James Turner.
Yeah.
And my mother's name is Muriel Elizabeth Moody.
Okay.
We're pretty fucking
There's a lot of Bible going on right there.
Moody. Elizabeth is a family name.
What are you supposed to do with your confirmation name?
I don't know. Throw it away.
Just fucking get rid of it?
Use it at church.
Like the rest
Hi,
of it?
I'm John.
Add it to your signature.
Fuck.
Could do it.
So many weird
Oh my God.
goddamn-
You have a
so
second
much
middle
weird
name?
shit.
You can't be a motherfucker with a second middle name as a dude.
Catholicism is strange.
Whew.
It's fun though. We went to camp one time. It was cool. Trying to hit on girls and shit.
Yeah?
Sneaking out, going to the girls' side, and then somebody flashing their lights and being like, "We gotta go." That's crazy.
So we did lock-ins. Did you ever do a lock-in?
sounds
You ever do a church
disturbing.
lock-in?
No. Oh yes.
You know what I
I've
mean?
Definitely done a
Yeah.
lock-in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think only once though. I think we did it.
That was our sneak into the girls' side.
Yeah,
And
we
they had,
trying
like,
to definitely.
we were in like a YMCA, and they had like they were like, oh yeah, we'll drop this fucking like tarp that
Sure.
comes down for basketball, practice.
guys
and
will
stuff. Yeah,
cross
no
out.
guys will go. No guys will do
I was
nothing.
into a girl named Denise back then. I think.
Shout out to Denise.
Yeah, she's cute.
More like Denise, am I right?
Hey, no,
Hey.
she spelled it regular. I don't know what you're saying.
Right, sorry. I had no idea.
She was white.
She was a white. She was a white.
She was a white.
So many weird
Confirmation.
fucking things that you Christians do. I got to go to the there used to be
Just
Catholics.
do it. Catholics. yeah.
fucking
Come on.
same goddamn
No,
thing.
no,
Listen,
they're not.
It's
No,
to me
they're not.
to me
You're
it's
not
all the
wrong,
fucking same.
but come on.
There's some flavors of Christians that like to fucking talk to snakes.
There was a
We're not.
camp. It's still up there actually, like outside near the fish hatchery up fucking by Coles Ranch, Christopher Creek area. It was
Okay.
Baptist
yeah.
camp is what it was called. I don't know who some other religious group runs it now, but like all the Mesa public schools. And I was in 5th grade in the school. That was like the only year that I went to public school in my elementary school years. I got to go to that fucking camp, and I guess it was pretty fucking fun, but I guess most of the time it's all like church groups and church kids and shit like that. And there was a lot of religious fucking pamphlets laying about.
Sure.
So, like,
Propaganda.
Propaganda, they call it. Yeah.
You never fell for it?
I was already in a cult, so I mean, I was already
That's
sold.
what's up.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the documentary Jesus Camp?
No. It's not a porn?
No. No. It's,
The one I saw was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a variation of Jesus Camp that's porn.
good stuff though.
Jesus Camp was a documentary on Netflix, and it came out like I want to say like 2008. But one of the featured places in the documentary was a camp outside of Devil's Lake, North Dakota, that my little brother actually had gone to, like with a friend.
Yeah.
And it was like as radicalized fundamental Christianity as you can get. Like
That's fun.
you'll love this. There's a part in the film where they're in this Jesus Camp thing, and they have children, like 3rd and 4th grade children, kissing the feet of a cardboard cutout of George W. Bush.
Oh really? Oh wow.
It
That's
was
kind of neat.
it was the fucking goddamn most insane thing that I've ever seen. They were just so pro Bush, and just they had kids kissing his fucking feet.
Oh man.
I don't mind that. I think there's something to be said for like I like anybody that can get behind something that much. That's an insane
They're
level
that
of
intent.
commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
It's
lot.
nuts. It's like it's just I respect that.
It is nuts. That's an insane level of dedication.
And then
I've never been that
people
dedicated
just-
to anything.
People just follow. It is funny. The
Have you ever
human
been
mind
that-
is a crazy thing. I'm reading this book called *Sapiens*.
Okay.
It's pretty popular.
I've heard of that book.
Yeah, it's pretty popular, but it's interesting just talking about. I'm only like a couple hundred pages in, it's a thick one, but
That's what she said.
yeah,
Thank
real
you.
thick,
Thank you.
real girthy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And they're talking about the human race is one of the only species on Earth that can actually adjust to a thought or like an idea.
Yeah.
And it's just funny the way that we can change our actions based on an idea so quick as a grouping of like, hundreds of thousands of people, whether it be like the idea of a city or the idea of somebody to follow or whatever. It's just it's interesting shit. But and then religion obviously flows into that.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean,
The
it's just-
brainwashing of somebody at a Jesus camp.
Yep. I mean, we've been touching on this a lot lately, but it's just the means of controlling a mass group and through either ideology or like political affiliation is just it's so immense in today's culture, and it's honestly confusing to me that it is. Because you have such a free exchange of information available via the internet.
You have a computer in your hand.
Yeah, like
Facts that would tell you that a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense.
and then it's just like
You just start looking at
How
a
the
little bit
fuck-
of science. You learn a little bit of science, and you're like,
What if we started attaching facts to this? That'd be crazy.
it'd be fantastic.
but it's just and the fact that we still have religion, like organized religion as something that's like revered and not just revered but like
Worshipped, you would
yeah.
say?
It's interesting how the human brain, I thought, there's like this age of enlightenment and like the Da Vinci era and
Yeah.
like all that stuff when they were really like coming up with crazy ideas. But now in hindsight, we know them as to be genius ideas that were way ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
Specifically Da Vinci, obviously, but like a lot of people
Yeah.
in that era. It's so funny how I don't know the scientific research that would be required to do this, but like I feel like we've definitely deteriorated since then because we've attached ourselves to such. We've just like blindly walked into these ideas, and like the idea of a two-party system that we've been under for like 150 years,
Ever.
whatever, like that. Well, not since 1776, but once we went like two parties,
Yeah.
like 150 years ago, like that's insane. That's fucked up our whole country, and it impacts things. But the brain, I feel like, has deteriorated. It had like this cusp of like, oh, we were about to figure out more shit.
Yeah.
We should follow this Da Vinci guy and like all these crazy thinkers, this age of enlightenment, and now we're like so
I think it's just so easy.
dumb now based on this bland. I don't know.
It's so easy to like get sick of having to pay attention to something.
Yeah.
And like having to think about it all the goddamn time. Like that, I don't follow the news because it frustrates me.
Yeah.
And it's just like I just feel so fucking powerless
Yeah.
against all the shit that I see that I don't like. That I'm just like, well, I'm just not going to pay attention. I'm going to distract myself.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of us in the world that are empathetic like that, or not empathetic, apathetic like that, and
I'm apathetic.
I'm
just
way
say just
empathetic.
fucking.
Yeah.
I'm also
You know,
way empathetic.
look the
too.
other
It's
way.
a real thing that I have to deal with.
No, I agree with that. I'm very apathetic to certain things, but I can be empathetic to a fault.
Absolutely.
I think sometimes I joke sometimes because I'm definitely more apathetic generally. When I mean certain things, like I cried at Marley and Me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a sad
absolutely.
movie.
you know?
It's a
We've all lost a pet. We know what it's like. We can
It's just-
we can
God
go
damn
back to
it.
that
I'm
moment.
gonna start crying right now. I'm thinking.
Just thinking
we
about
just
it?
put a dog down. Like
Yeah, yeah.
my family just put a dog down. I'm fucking sad now.
Did you?
It was like it was March. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had
That
my
was 3 months ago. You
Yeah,
Yo,
come
I
on.
mean, she was around for 14 years, man.
I
Like,
think I lost our 15-year-old. No, she was about to be 15, so probably about 14. She's died in April, so I trumped you
see?
there.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Marley.
He can cry about it. You can't.
Marley was a good one. Mutt. with a little black dot on her tongue. So she had some chow in her, maybe we think. I don't know. Good dog.
Chows are real loyal, like insanely loyal dogs.
Great dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just mutts in general, I feel
Mutts
like
are
are
good
actually
dogs.
good dogs.
Yeah.
The mutts
Isn't
are
that
the
weird?
best.
How does
Yeah.
that work? I've never I've met some bad mutts, but I would say
I think
say
because
90% are hitting pretty good.
purebred dogs are gotten that way by a ton of fucking inbreeding.
They're retarded.
Yeah.
So what is a mutt? So a mutt like
So a mutt is like, you have a bunch of like the Lannisters, like, or like the Targaryens in Game of Thrones, like.
sure.
Stop
So
it.
one
to
could
me
be
and give us
one could be crazy, one could be sane. That's like a purebred.
I love.
And then
I love how
Christ.
that's one of
Stop
the.
it.
I love how that is one of the easiest comparisons that human beings can make to each other. All right, so the Targaryens, right? Like that is like this bar of understanding for people.
Yeah,
to
I mean-
compare things to like. All right, so you're Tywin.
yeah.
Okay, hear me out. It's like, what do you- but also, like, it makes so sense. That's actually a very good explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it works.
Stop it.
Fuck you.
Stop
What,
it.
you big Game of Thrones guy?
Oh,
He
I
is,
love
yeah.
I love Game of
But
Thrones.
yeah.
I just
Constantly
I-
comparing things.
Just fucking stop comparing things to Game of Thrones. Like what? Just like let's just compare it to the source material.
I mean, I
How
can't
about
com-
the
I
way
can't-
fucking
Dude,
monarchies were?
I can't make a Harry Potter
up until
reference.
the
That's like the
16th,
other
17th
universe I know really
century.
well.
You know the Harry Potter?
Oh fuck yeah, I
universe
read all
well?
that shit. I'm not doing
I read
that.
like 3 and then I stopped.
You
not
missed
that-
out on
I
the
watched
best
the
ones.
movies.
You missed out
Yeah.
on the
No, I
best
watched all the
ones.
movies.
That's not
Yeah,
the same.
but the books are
It's not the
books
same.
get dark
But
as
also,
fuck.
I'm not going to start reading.
They get
I can't go
pretty-
back. I can't be reading Harry Potter. As
Nah,
a
you
32
can't.
Yeah,
year
you
old.
can.
can't.
Do it.
That's
Yeah.
just chilling at the library.
Yeah.
I mean, if
well,
you
why the
do-
fuck
if
would
you
you
do
read in the
that, you're
library?
gonna
No,
be-
that's where people read. I heard.
Nah, you
Fucking
got-
psychos.
Yeah,
if
if
you're
an
reading,
audio book, dog.
if you're reading right now Harry
novel.
Potter in the library, you're a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, you're gonna
that's
Fucking
molest
take it
people.
You're
home.
molesting somebody by noon. Then.
Yeah, exactly.
definitely.
Take it home and read it in your fucking house like a normal human being.
You're right.
What that?
Or
Be your own prisoner. of
audiobook.
Azkaban.
Just get the audiobook. God damn it. It's easy.
Movies hit hard though.
Movies hit hard. The movies were good. I didn't like how they.
I don't think I watched. I watched the first movie and I was like, "This whole series fucking sucks." But I didn't watch anymore.
Oh, they were. I thought they were great movies.
Yeah.
movies were great.
There was a couple that were like kind of bland, but as a whole,
You get you a chick that shops at Hot Topic, and she's like 30, and then you go turn on Harry Potter for her. You're getting laid.
that's it.
Yeah, that's the move.
Which one though?
I mean,
Yeah. Which one's the most fuckable too?
I
Yeah.
think Order of the Phoenix, just because it starts to get heated, and
Wow.
it's just
Some-
A lot of
There's-
innuendo in there.
There's some
A lot of-
fire, but it's
yeah.
not too.
Yeah.
Not too
dark.
steamy.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to pay attention because it's like you know that one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Word.
just gotta be an easy one to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. You guys were all in on John Wick then?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the third one yet, but the first two were
Ooh.
fantastic.
I haven't seen
You're
the
gonna
third.
really
I
like
haven't
the
seen
third
the
one.
third one either.
That's what
Oh,
I've
I haven't
heard.
seen the third one.
Yeah.
We're gonna we actually just came up with it. We want to make a John Wick spinoff and call it John Thick.
Sure. I
And
get
I'm
it.
just gonna
Yeah. I've
hop
seen
into a
porns before.
tuxedo and roll around.
I've seen porns before.
Uh,
Oh, Jesus.
Harry Twatter and John Thick.
yeah, actually, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm good.
like
No,
that.
actually, I do. Yes, I do. I need
Drink
a beer.
with you drink with our guests because I can't.
I'm going to. You know what I did the other night? I drank.
It's like water.
I drank-
That's why I like Tequila.
Thanks,
Water.
buddy. I drank 3 pitchers of beer the other night and got a fucking burrito from Topo and woke up at 3 a.m. and puked it all up in my sink. So that was a pretty fantastic time for
Oh
Maddie.
yeah.
Did you do tequila that night?
No, I drank 3 pitchers
That's
of
what
beer.
happens when you go through a breakup, everybody.
Yep.
Ooh, is that real?
Yeah, buddy.
How recent is that?
Like a week, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Fresh.
Free man.
You've been listening to.
Fresh and hot.
Here's my only advice on
Yeah.
breakup. Do not, I repeat, do not listen to Brian McKnight for like 7 months.
Yeah.
I don't see you as a guy that runs into a lot of Brian McKnight.
I don't.
But
yeah.
you could be in an elevator at an H&M and just kind of get blasted with it.
Yeah.
Going from the men's to women upstairs.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how your knees are holding up.
Well,
So I
just
assume you don't
fucking-
take stairs.
it'll cripple me.
Don't do it.
Yeah, okay.
Anytime, come on.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Nice
6,
nice
8,
fat
12.
joke slid in there too. I like that.
yeah. I'm very observant. Cover it all.
I appreciate it.
Don't do that. I wouldn't listen to a lot of John Mayer.
Yeah, John Mayer hasn't been in
Just
the
as
rotation.
a general
a second.
rule of thumb, don't listen to a joke.
Fucking
actually really
slow
like John
dancing,
Mayer.
slow dancing in a burning room.
Yeah,
Fuck,
you get
buddy.
it. Continuum.
All right.
Jesus
That's a good
Christ.
one.
Oh, that
Or
yeah, that one's great.
That one.
Golly
Yeah.
willikers, guys. Do you tuck your dicks too every once in a while?
So
Do
you don't
feel
like
a
John
lady?
Mayer?
No.
Why not?
Because too many white women like John Mayer.
What's
That
wrong
sounds
with
like
liking?
a great reason
yeah.
to like John Mayer.
mean,
I love white women.
Yeah, well,
I actually don't prefer them, but I like them.
what do you prefer? What's the preference?
Nah, I just
What's
prefer
the,
anything, I
Okay,
think.
there you go.
I'll go, but out here in Phoenix,
Whoever
I always like
swipes
the
right,
cute,
that's the
cute
preference?
Latina chick always has.
Yeah.
You know, a girl with a little broken English and a nice butt.
Yep.
I'll text them.
Yep.
Gotta go local. Keep it local.
Yeah, but John Mayer. So one of the great. You could argue the greatest guitarist definitely of his generation.
What's his generation?
One of the best guitarists alive.
I mean,
I would say top 5.
there's like a bunch of like blonde-haired metal guys that would destroy John Mayer on a guitar.
I see. I disagree. Do
I
you? So do
disagree
you
as
like
well.
I love
the Grateful
metal
Dead?
guitar. No, I'm not a big fan.
Oh,
of
okay.
Grateful
So
Dead.
because the guitars, but the skill set of guitar that was displayed on by the Grateful Dead and Jerry. And
big
shit
fan of
like
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 Stevie
that-
Ray Vaughan.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is the same conversation. That's the grouping we're talking about.
Okay. Well,
I don't
I mean,
think he's
yeah.
better than them.
No, I mean, you can't say that he's better than Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I'm saying
He's not.
He's in the conversation.
All right.
He's
I'm
up
saying-
there.
I'm
though.
saying, yeah, he's of his generation. I don't think anybody's better.
Okay.
But I get the hate, but I dove into it. My brother put him on to me, and it was he's got some fucking just great songs. Good songwriter, and he rips it.
Very catchy.
And funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but funny as shit.
Is he pretty funny?
Super funny. One of the better follows.
Makes me not like him even more.
Really?
Yeah.
He
fucking-
tried.
Musician, good looking, funny. Go fuck yourself,
He's
guy.
got a
like,
great
have
he's got a
have
great
something bad about
lineup.
you.
He's got a stacked lineup of women that he is.
I don't know. Wasn't he? He was.
Vetted.
Didn't he? Taylor Swift? Wasn't he with Taylor Swift?
Yeah, they've
She-
both
she-
written songs about each other.
Yeah.
I would argue his was better. Hers
Well,
made more money.
Probably. I mean, that glass ceiling's definitely gone at this point. Can we admit that? Can we say that?
What glass ceiling?
The-
Jesus Christ! What
where
the fuck are
women-
you talking about?
You're talking about women?
Stop it.
Yeah, because you said
Stop it.
She
Because
made
you
more
said-
money.
well,
You
she
said
made more
women.
money. She-
Will you
she made
agree?
more
There's
money.
still a glass ceiling.
Will you agree?
I think Taylor Swift hasn't broken the glass ceiling.
No.
No, stop saying dumb shit.
Please. That's
Targaryens.
the only
The
way.
fucking
that's the only
Targaryen. He
way
had
this
too many
podcast works.
Targaryens in his fucking past.
That's how you guys have stuff to talk about. Is so
What?
Because I say
No,
dumb
we
shit.
would have plenty of stuff to talk about if you didn't continue to say stupid shit.
I don't know.
I question. I question.
I question that.
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna call you bullshit there.
There you go.
Fine.
Oh my goodness.
Are you guys doing so San Diego Comedy Festival? You guys are both helping with that. Are you guys doing Big
Yeah.
Pine too?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're production on Big Pine as well.
That'll be good.
It'll be a lot of fun. I think
We're doing This Week Sucks up there again.
Doing This Week Sucks up there.
Yeah.
You guys did it at San Diego and
Did it in San Diego.
I wanted to
Did it
say
in
that
Memphis.
that was one of my funnest This Week Sucks to watch ever. Actually, was in San Diego.
Well, we know how to take it on the road now because we do. We just hit like all the. There's shit that we do every week that always hits. Like I give a shout out to 9/11.
Yeah.
Shout out to Building 7.
Yeah.
You know, I really bring it up. I give mad respect to George W. Bush. You know, all that type of stuff. So we like hit that on the front end so hard. But it's hilarious because a lot of the audience is in a new city. They haven't seen it yet.
Right.
So it is funny. You
Yeah.
just get reminded that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so we've gotten that shit down. So when we go to new cities, it's just setting the tone up front.
Right.
Because there's people that have never seen the show. So we've got to establish characters, establish what the fuck is going on. And we've gotten really good at that. We did Oak City in last month, maybe May. And so good.
You guys got it. You guys are coming up at the store
We're going
on the
to Comedy
30th,
Store.
right?
Yeah, we've done the store once. We'll do it again on June 30th.
June
That's
30th in the
ridiculous.
belly room.
I mean, how
the belly
crazy
room.
does that fucking feel?
It's crazy. It's really cool. I mean, it feels good in that room,
Yeah.
though. It feels great.
What's the
And
new
they're-
belly room like?
So we were there when they were remodeling. So actually, this will be my first time seeing it.
First go around the new one.
When we were there last time, they had like the whole walls were like drywalled up and like stripped down and shit. So it was not a great look actually. It was kind of concerning. Everybody was like, "Okay, this is this is a room."
Oh, I guess. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. But also that room needed some
Definitely needed an update.
Yeah, a little bit of a facelift. So they did that. So we'll see how. I'm sure they did.
It was
a good
laid
job
out kind of weird before. How they had that like rail up on the side, and then kind of like.
I don't think they're changing any structural stuff, but I think they're giving the walls just a facelift. But also, that room for our show is perfect though, because it's a low ceiling.
Yeah.
It's a seedy room.
Yeah.
You don't trust anybody. That's
Definitely
kind
not.
of the room we look for, you know. So.
You're waiting to get stabbed.
You've got great staff there too that understand it, and we know a couple of them now. They were impressed with the show last time too, which is cool. That's what you want. You want the staff to
Absolutely.
be like, "This is cool."
Yeah, if the staff's down.
We had a good turnout last time, and it was Easter Sunday, Game of Thrones, and Coachella,
It's a rough ask.
and we still filled it.
That's dope.
So it was pretty cool. So we'll see. We'll be there this Sunday. It'll be fun.
Who you having on there?
We got Malcolm Hatchett. We got Malik B, Audrey Stewart. My dude Petey DeBro is in from New York City. And then we got a couple surprises up our sleeve too, so it'll be cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
That'd be real dope.
And I know, so we got some things that we'll probably grab somebody from the hallway, you know. Which is the best thing about the Comedy Store.
Absolutely.
Last time we were able to grab Dean Del Rey was just chilling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Popped on. I'd met him out here in Phoenix before and seen him, so that was cool. And so that's the best thing about the store. You don't know who you're gonna see.
Nah.
Right? But also that lineup right there is fucking dumb. I don't know if you know Malcolm Hatchett, but like he's killing. Audrey Stewart's gonna be on this new NBC show with Keenan from
really?
I forget what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about? It's a comedy and music show.
Right.
They'll kind of do a new show there. So like we got some killers on there. Malik B's always opening for Jeff Garland.
Yeah.
Super funny dude. And then Petey opens for Alana Glazer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's back in New York, and we're catching him while he's in LA.
Nice.
All great gets.
Yeah, no, it's dope.
It is. It's great.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun, and just trying to spread the show. I think the show is good enough to be seen by a wider audience, and so I just want to put it in front of as many people as I can. And when you have confidence in something, you just got to fucking run with it, you know?
Absolutely.
So when you guys get somebody like when you have a Dean Del Rey come on, somebody pretty big, how hard do you go in on them?
So I always got to fuck with everybody.
I know you do.
Yeah,
You're fearless
so, like,
in that
I got,
respect.
yeah.
Like, and that's what that like. Michael Turner says like I am who I am type deal. Like he fucking is because he will go after everybody.
I mean, well, I also am always over there thinking like if I don't say shit. Like, so we were in Oak City Comedy Festival, which is a great comedy festival. Any comics watching, you should submit next year. It's like one of the best weekends I've had. Very organized. Shadi Diaz and Matt White. But we were at our show, and so they had 6 comics, and I hadn't seen any of them till the night of. Just meeting them there, and so this chick came up, and she was in a wheelchair, and she was one of the comics, and so there was a whole thing getting her on stage. They got the wheelchair on, and they're like walking her up and shit like that, and I'm sitting there thinking like, well, fuck, I've been saying shit about everybody. I have to say something,
Right.
and because a lot of times you just got to really analyze like, oh damn, this is gonna be fucked up if I say this, or this, but also like that's who my character is. I gotta talk shit. And so she was about to sit down, and I was like, "Everybody, give it up for the Queen of Westeros." And it was right after that finale had happened, and it fucking hit. It hit pretty fucking hard. But then the best thing was is she was able to she had a clap back on me so quick and so good, and everybody fucking blew up, dude.
Yeah.
So people laughing at me, and then she fucking hits me, and she levels the room, and. But I gotta say shit. Doesn't matter who it is. You got a handicap, I'm gonna say something.
Fuck yeah.
So
I fucking love that.
But I'm gonna try to make it funny, and I'm not trying to make it low hanging fruit.
No.
I thought that was a clever little.
Absolutely.
you know.
No, it's perfect.
Also, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But the shit was funny, and I'll tell you right now, this chick was 16 years old.
What?
I gotta look up her name because she was so funny, and I'm gonna fuck it up, and I don't want to. But so funny, and she was 16 years old. She was like one of the funniest comics in this
They
whole.
pick her up on the stage or
I
what?
want to say Caroline Smith.
They do like a short bus thing.
Yeah, no, they put the chair out there, and then they walked her up there. I can't find her name.
She's 16. How long has she been doing comedy at 16?
It can't be that long, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
She just had to deal with assholes talking shit about her being in a chair for her whole life.
she had clapbacks too. That was real. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was
She's
great.
just like, I don't give a fuck right now.
And you know what? She didn't.
I mean, that's so much fucking fun going into your set too. It's like fucking the room's already going. And it's like, let's just finish it off.
Yeah. It was, it was great. Yeah, because she rode that wave.
Yeah.
I did not. I gotta figure her name out.
You're
though.
fine.
I want to say Caroline Smith, but either way, yeah, that shit was fun. But yeah, we'll go at even the big names. I think I take a step back because they're such good comics.
Yeah.
That I don't have to say much. They're killing it. So
Yeah.
really, it's about momentum. My thought process before I say something on that show is always, am I gonna step on the momentum? Is what I'm going to say
Right.
as funny or funnier than the wave that we're on right now?
Yeah.
And so there is an internal dialogue, which is kind of crazy that I'm having this whole thing because I check myself a lot,
Right.
but usually some heaters come out.
And that's one of the funny things. That's why this show is so funny, is because no matter what the comic's doing, either the comic who's on stage during that portion of the show is funny enough to carry that portion of the show,
Right.
or you and Anwar step in and make it funny enough to carry that portion of the show.
It's a
which
fail-safe.
is sometimes very hard as a comic
Yeah.
to fucking sit there and be like, fuck.
I mean,
I
I've
am not doing my job right now, and these two guys have stepped in.
doing it way better
and
than
they're
Yeah.
doing it way
I
better.
look
Off
at-
of my material.
Yeah.
I look at This Week Sucks as a competition that I have never won. I've never won.
It's
that
a
shit.
wild little show. I think it tries to make, I've always said that the show is actually built to make people quit comedy.
It is.
Yeah.
And but I say that in jest, but also it's really just a challenge. Like, just be funny. At the core of the show is we challenge you to be funny in any moment, because that is what stand-up comedy needs. You need to be the funniest person in the room.
It's real. Yeah.
So we're throwing, we're pretty much throwing fucking plates at you from the kitchen, and. But it doesn't always have to be like that either. To what we were saying, like, if you're a good comic, that's why I never worry about dope comics. And we give you 90 seconds,
Yeah.
something like that. We say structured joke, hit us with a structured joke.
Yeah.
That's all we up top. People just want a structured joke. Oh,
Come on.
which one is that?
Get out of here. Leave
Which
me
one
alone.
is that?
Get the cat and the cat and
That's
the
the
dog.
cat?
The cat and the dog are like fucking homies, and they like beating the shit out of each
That's
other.
awesome.
They battle.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, and she'll like follow him right in there and go start biting his face and stuff.
dope.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. It's pretty, and she like so I haven't gotten her fixed. I stole this cat from a meth head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, you should stop admitting to crimes on the podcast. It doesn't matter who you stole it
He's
from.
a meth head.
He's a mess.
Stealing is stealing.
Is it really? I mean, it was,
Yes, it
she
is.
was in
No,
my
it
yard.
absolutely is.
She was in my yard. It's not like I took him out of the fucking guy's hands.
You failed to return him with
That's
a
like
question about
that's
it
the
directly,
cat
though.
version of John Wick. John Wicks. Isn't that a cat food? What is
I don't think so.
Winks?
Weights?
John Winks.
Winks? Is Winks a cat food?
No, I don't think so.
Winksy?
Winksy?
No.
We're gonna look into that.
I think Winksy just sounds like a low grade Banksy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Who winks?
I wink. I like to wink at people. I like giving a wink.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like to
fucking
wink in
creeper.
awkward sentences.
Yeah. Yeah.
At
You just
moments
give some
that
like
shouldn't be winked,
just
yeah.
a little one, just a quick one.
Yeah.
It makes them uncomfortable. Fan of that.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Never do it to women though. Only dudes.
Because you don't like women?
No, I'm just scared of them.
You just like dudes?
Just scared of them.
scared of women.
Yep.
You're
Makes
scared of
sense.
women?
Definitely, 100%.
Makes a lot
Well,
of
you
sense.
should be. 2019 is a tough climate.
You should be.
I'm terrified.
I think you should definitely be terrified of women at this point in like history.
She seems nice.
But that's Madonna.
She seems nice.
But that's Madonna. She's not.
Is that Madonna?
It's Madonna.
Oh, really? Good for her.
It's Madonna from her
are
her
great
nude
tits.
book in like '92.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
That's fun. I get it now.
She's doing a good job.
Yeah.
They have those fucking
She really was
those
doing
mutant
well there for a little while.
forearms. Remember when Madonna got those mutant forearms where they're all veiny and stuff?
No.
No, I
Oh,
don't
she
either.
turned like 50 years old.
I
She
think
just
I-
had these like.
She just came out with a very sexualized music video.
Oh,
Yeah?
really?
Yeah. it was
Isn't
a
she,
little-
like, 70
she's
now?
Closer to that
She's
than she should
60.
be. Yeah.
Wow.
I think she's 60.
She's definitely in her 60s. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if she's 70. Lionel Richie is 70.
Really.
Just did that last week on the show.
Hello.
Fucking a 30-year-old. Good for him.
Ooh.
Good job, buddy.
Ooh.
Dancing on the ceiling.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
What's that's
Good for him.
that's
I mean,
that's a
that
good for him
catalog.
moment.
That catalog has earned that.
Yeah, but it's not weird.
The Commodore stuff.
No, I'm just saying like 70 to 40,
I
70
mean, he's
to
probably
30.
just playing his catalog to her. I would go home with him if, under the right circumstances. If he was sitting in front of me playing several songs that he wrote and performed in the 70s.
If he doesn't give a fuck, why the fuck should any of us?
I mean,
it's
I'm a
not.
32-year-old male.
Yeah.
I can't be shocked when a 32-year-old female goes home with him.
There you go.
Shout out to Lionel.
There's some 6-year-olds out there I'd fuck.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd fuck 60-year-old Madonna. Like definitely,
Oh, for the story, I'd do 100%.
definitely. There's actually a lot of older women that I would. I mean, the Russian lady that grabbed my ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would
This
definitely.
deviated so quickly from.
Definitely.
I'd fuck Madonna. And you know what? The Russian lady.
The Russian lady
The
is
Russian
also on
lady.
that.
Also.
The
It
Russian
goes
lady, she's
Madonna, Russian lady,
If they were like nesting dolls of people, I'd
Polish
fuck.
girl.
It'd be Madonna would be followed by a random Russian lady.
Yep. And then
That
we
knew
could-
the meth head that you stole the cat from.
No, she didn't. No.
I turned Tinder up to 50.
50.
There are
Oh, you're a weak single. I forgot.
there are some smoke shows on there.
Yeah,
at
dude,
50 years
good,
old.
It's a good city for that, buddy.
Yeah.
Good plastic surgery city.
fucking smoke shows.
There's a,
I'm
yeah.
thinking about turning it up to 60 just to see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, stop being a pussy. Go any age. Like, just go all the way up. Go all the way up.
Yeah, I don't know.
First week of a breakup, you have no idea. Either way, whoever you hook up with first, you're gonna cry after coitus.
Yeah.
It's a coitus cry.
The coitus cry.
Yeah.
Give it the good
CC.
coitus
Post
cry.
coitus cry. PCC.
I just need to get it out of the way. know?
Yeah. Either
Yeah.
way, just know you. It could be
Yeah.
months from now. You're still gonna cry.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I'm
I
excited.
feel like every time I've ever broken up with someone, like it always takes me a while to have the PCC,
Yeah.
and it's like I forget how to fuck,
Yeah, that's
and
possible.
like I have like mechanical issues during.
Sure, you're fucking a new person. too.
Yeah,
Which is can be
it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough, but it's fair.
The last the last one, like I slipped and I slipped and I accidentally like elbow dropped her chest.
He murdered.
Oh,
he
did you
murdered
really?
a woman. A
What
woman.
were you slipping on? Her.
I mean,
you had
like,
your hand
we were,
on.
We were sweaty, and I had my hand on her shoulder.
Oh my
And like
god!
the hand slipped, and this arm came down, and it was like
Oh my god!
So
Fucking elbow
fucking-
drop.
That is a momentum changer.
It was
Are you
such
kidding
a-
me? That's like a turnover in the fourth quarter. What is that? It's a pick. You hit it with a pick six.
So I'm just trying to say I think PCC, get it in as soon as possible. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
wait.
get it out
Don't
of the
get
way.
out of
Yeah,
shape.
hit Tinder, open it up to 50.
Yeah.
Don't get
Spread
out of
the
shape.
radius up to 50 miles.
Yep.
Yeah. You'll be in surprise
Maybe-
by no time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take a drive to
Doing
Cave
some weird
Creek.
shit.
Can't wait to get down to Maricopa and see what they have to offer up.
You know
out
what?
there.
Maricopa doesn't have. They're not that bad sometimes. Like I met a few girls from Maricopa. Were pretty.
I was
pretty cute.
just making a joke about it, but you know, you don't fucking take it so seriously. Fucking,
You know
Jesus
what?
Christ.
Maricopa. I will vouch.
Shout
for
out to-
Maricopa.
Listen, I know
Shout out
you're
to-
shitting on Maricopa
Yeah.
right now, but I'll tell you.
Maricopa.
I'll have
everybody.
you know. I've had
Shout
some
out
good
to-
Maricopa cootie. That Maricopa snatch. That is nothing I've ever had before.
No.
Somebody from Maricopa, but I wouldn't be. I'm not opposed to. I don't care what your
mean,
area
I'll
code
travel.
says about you.
Yeah, I'll travel.
What your zip code says.
Take a drive.
Yeah, you should knock that out.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah, you've been journaling a lot lately.
No, not
you
at all.
should do that. Maybe do that.
No,
You journal? You
just
journal?
a lot of
Fucking asshole.
just a lot of internal
I've journaled.
hatred, and once I come, it'll be gone.
What was it? A bad breakup or a mutual decision?
Not a mutual decision.
Not a mutual
Yeah,
decision.
not a mutual decision. So
His
it's,
decision.
It was
Your
my
decision.
It was my decision.
Big man walked
but
away.
it was
Papa walked away.
Papa walked away.
It was
still hard.
painful decision to make.
Still hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes harder.
You know what? I feel pretty
You
terrible.
made the right one.
Oh, I'm sure.
You made the right
feel
decision.
pretty
You
awful.
Made the right call.
You've
But,
you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You made the right call.
I know.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It ain't
It's
what it
over.
used to be.
It's done.
There
Gotta
is
move forward.
yeah. Boys
No
might have a whole
animosity.
album that can help you deal with this.
You know what I saw today? Saw a little quote on the Facebooks, and it said, "Your rear view mirror is smaller than your windshield for a reason."
Shit.
Fuck, guys.
So
you hear that
woke.
shit?
Wow.
So
That
woke.
shit hit me right here, and I was like, "You're right, Facebook. I do have to look through the windshield."
Oh my god.
Dude, you gotta love
'Cause there's a
Facebook.
lot of bugs right now. I
You
need
gotta
a car
love some
wash.
Facebook platitudes.
Yeah, they're
Get you through the
fantastic.
day.
Yeah, it sucks. You know what sucks is just breaking up in general.
Yeah, it's
I think
bad.
the Temptations said breaking up is hard to do.
Oh yeah.
I might be misquoting them, but the it is tough.
Yeah, it's not a good one. It's
It
not a
is
fun
hard
time.
to do. Doesn't matter. So you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Drinking will be fun.
Yeah, that's why I drank 3 pitchers of beer the other night.
I'll
Like,
tell
that
you
was-
what. I would have held out till football season though, but you know what I mean.
Why
'Cause
would
then
you have held out to a football?
Because then
season?
you break up, and then you've got every Sunday to drink away the pain,
There you
and you're
go.
masking it. Now you're just drinking on Sunday like there's a football game, but preseason hasn't even started.
Exactly.
So it'll be more.
Yeah, it is a little weird watching tennis and getting shit faced drunk at
100%.
the
Yeah.
bar.
CONCACAF
I mean-
soccer.
You got F1. F1's still running.
I know I missed the race
Do you-
this weekend.
F1 is the thing that you watch.
Formula One, yeah.
Really?
We watched. Him and I sat down and there's like a documentary on the
There's a
2018.
docu-series on Netflix.
It's a
good?
2018.
It's fucking
real good.
fantastic.
Real
I
good.
would watch that.
It
Check
got
out-
me into watching F1 where I've watched.
Oh, really? It motivated
I've-
you that much?
I've watched every race but 2 this year.
There's a
just
lot
because I
of
haven't
there's
been
a
able to get
lot
to
of
them.
drama in F1, and then like
Yeah.
with the way they can shoot shit now, like just like cameras and cinematography.
You don't even
in
fucking
general, like,
watch it,
it's
so stop it.
fucking-
You've not
Go
watched
fuck
this-
yourself.
you've not-
I do go back and watch the races.
You've
or
not
watch
watched
the
a
highlights
single
from the fucking races.
Oh, okay.
Suck my dick.
Listen, I'm waking up at 1 a.m. to watch this shit, or not
Oh,
going to
really?
sleep. Yeah,
Well,
there's a
that's
few times.
concerning.
Yeah,
Like,
And
now you
maybe
just- now you
this
just-
relationship
now you
wasn't going
just
to work
fucking
out
flex.
anyway.
it wasn't. It wasn't going
Yeah,
to because
you
I'm a
just-
fucking maniac.
You got
That's
into
the problem.
F1 race.
yeah.
What really broke the whole relationship down? I got into F1 racing, and my focus changed.
I got real deep.
yeah.
into the
You do
F1.
deep dives.
Yeah, just watching qualifications.
Deep
I was
emo
watching
punk?
practices.
If you're watching practice, that's pretty.
You're watching practices.
Listen, you gotta figure out how to drive these courses.
Are you driving?
No. You know what I did? You know what I got?
I'm really
I got
surprised
the
you
You
haven't
should
fucking.
gotten
definitely
game.
open up that thing to 50 years old.
I got the Formula One racing game on
99 years
Xbox
old.
Oh
It
my
needs to go up
God.
to.
and started just playing that too.
Did you really?
The Formula One Xbox game is probably
Yeah.
great.
You're gonna
Oh,
get
it's
the-
fucking
You got- you do that
fantastic.
type of stuff?
Are you gonna get the thing, the steering wheel?
You know what?
You get all- you go fucking full retard?
there was legitimately a point while I was sitting there and I was like, you know, this would be so much easier if I just had a steering wheel right now.
Dude,
Not
I did it
going
on.
to.
I remember Mario Kart on the Wii.
yeah.
Yeah, you get
was
the
good.
wheel thing.
Yeah.
The wheel thing rocks.
Worth it. People
Totally
that didn't have
worth
the
it.
wheel, it was like,
I
I'll come over,
I
but
never like if
I'll
you
bring
don't-
my wheel. I'll bring my.
If you don't have the wheel, I could never do the like just hold the stick, the Wii stick, and
Sure.
drive that
I
way.
could
You know
see
what I
Not
mean?
being able to figure it out.
It's rough, so I would always do the finger controls.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
That makes sense.
Gotta switch it up.
Totally.
You play Super Smash Brothers?
You know what? I don't play video games.
You don't play
at
video
all.
games at all?
I haven't owned a video game console since Xbox.
It's very
Really?
smart. It's
Like
wise.
original Xbox.
But I did have a Wii on loan. That's why I was familiar with the Super Mario Kart stuff. I had a
Yeah.
Wii on loan for like 5 months. I remember when I was like 23, and we played it. We played Wii tennis so much that my shoulder would be sore when I woke up.
Yeah.
After those Jager nights with my brother.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zips on Camelback and Miller.
Hey. Can we
Oh, look at these pups. Hey, come
This is
on,
a good.
you
This is
two.
a good point to call it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's
Yeah.
The dogs are starting to
When the
fight.
dogs-
The dogs are starting
the dogs
to
are
fight.
restless.
I was just gonna give a shout out. Brian, my roommate Brian Kearley, just started a video game podcast.
yeah, he was telling me about
Yeah,
that.
it's pretty
When
dope.
we were
It's,
smoking joints in cannabis retreat.
All right, these dogs.
Where's your
are not gonna stop.
internets?
Yep.
What's your
The
online?
internet's so thisweeksuckstonight.com. Look at these pups. These pups are great. This is awesome. I think he's good. They're good. The cat's just like, these dumb bitches.
These fucks.
Look at you. Y'all locked up now, you stupid motherfucker.
All right.
Look up the show This Week Sex Tonight every Thursday at Stand Up Live, and you can look it up on thisweeksextonight.com and then This Week Sex Tonight on Instagram, and then I'm at not Mike Turner, NOT Mike Turner. Between you and I am Mike Turner.
I was confused for a second because I was like,
It's tricky.
I thought
It
this
is.
was Mike
It
Turner
is.
the whole time.
Nah.
I think that's the woke
Not
thing to do. Like
Mike Turner.
everybody
Yeah.
that's gonna blow up, they always not Mike Turner, not
No.
Ally Mack,
Yeah,
not who the fuck
Not
else
Ally
has got-
Mack. Yeah, she has it.
Who else has got the or the? I think Mike Malloy's is the fake Mike Malloy.
Yep.
Uh,
Real fake, not the fake SVP.
Yeah.
Scott Van Pelt.
yeah.
That's a good one. Something like that.
Everybody I know that's like going places always got the knot in there. And
Yeah.
honestly, we're at the end of this, and the other day someone asked me, it was Jay. He was like, "Who's gonna pop from Phoenix?" And I was like, instantly Michael James Turner. So thank
Well,
you for doing this, dude.
I appreciate it.
We really
Thanks,
appreciate
buddy.
having
keep
you.
it moving.
This was fun.
keep pushing.
We will,
Yeah.
and we hope you do the same.
Thank
we
you,
have
guys.
the July 20th live podcast.
I'd be like the
Third
Bran
space.
Stark of Phoenix. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. You will be king.
I'm wheeling on
You'll
up
be
to the
king.
top. Yeah.
We'll fucking get you. We'll steal Short Bus's wheelchair for you.
I can
It go.
figure out
It
how to-
rise up.
There you go. That's big.
Meat sweats, motherfucking meat sweats, meat sweats.